Hello everyone, it is TooAwesome here with another video. Now, I made a video about this show a little while ago, and you guys all seem to really enjoy it, which is great because it was a really good show. And since then, I have been asked to review this season a lot. Probably my most requested video ever, which is actually super cool. Glad to see you all so excited for it. And since I promised I'd review it once it came to Netflix and I finished it, which both have been completed, I'd say it's my turn to hold up the promise. But this video will contain spoilers for seasons 1 and 2 of Scissor 7, so if you want a non-spoiler video on the topic, make sure to check out this video. But with that out of the way, let's review Scissor 7 Season 3. Season 3 for Scissor 7 released on October 3rd of 2021, but apparently it was out like way before that, but I didn't watch it until after it hit Netflix. And let me be honest, I was waiting for this show. I was so glad it came back because I was in the middle of watching a few shows on Disney Plus, but somehow my account got messed up, so I've been solely relying on Netflix. But Scissor 7 really was a fun time. Like always, the episodes aren't super long and are really watchable and easy to get through. I mean, if you wanted to, I think you could watch the entire show in a single night, which is good because at least with me, and I know a lot of others as well, but recently, time has been an issue, or lack thereof. School's getting back into full throttle. It's a really important year for me and many others my age, so I and many others don't really have that much time to spare. Heck, I've even had to readjust my YouTube schedule for when I work on videos because of just how tight my schedule has become. So at least with this show, I can really appreciate its shorter lengths, although I won't lie, I wish there was more, because the end of the season leaves us yet again on another cliffhanger, this one being even more dire than the season before, and it really has me wanting more. To begin with, the fights this season are really good, like actually insane. I know the show had a good amount of fights before, but I swear this season at least doubles the amount of fights. And they are really good fights as well. They are choreographed very nicely, everything flows really well, and it's super dynamic. There are so many different powers at use here that it never really gets boring. One of my biggest pet peeves with some fights in movies and shows is that sometimes it just comes down to two basically identical people duking it out with each other with the same powers in different colors. But here, every person really has a unique skill and moveset that it becomes super fun and fresh to watch. And the animation this season, especially during the fights, is a step up. I know it had its points of looking really good previously, but that was only at select moments in the story, mainly the fights. But since the fights are so much more prevalent this season, you get to see a lot more of that good animation. Now, if the fights were more prevalent this season, I can say that the humor took a little bit of a back seat. Was it there? Yes. However, it doesn't feel like it was as much of the focus as it was previously. This season as a whole for the most part has a more mature theme, and it's no surprise, especially considering where we left Seven in his journey, especially all the events in Jiang, sorry if I butchered the name, along with the events on Chicken Island and even a little on that superhero one. It's obviously no wonder. We finally get to explore Seven's past and we get to see him confront it, so it's going to carry a darker tone. But that tone is only in certain segments, and while it does have an overall presence in the show, a good portion of the season is dedicated to those fun and goofy stories you have grown to love. And I really had an enjoyable time here. You got to see old characters again and meet new ones as well, and even got to see brand new places. Seven's journey along all those islands really started to open up the world for me, way more than I previously thought. Not only did we have the two big nations in Chicken Island, but a bunch more now as well, all with their own specific traits and gimmicks in a sense. Plus, it got me thinking about the national relations between all these places. Like, is there a UN of sorts with all the islands participating? Are there like politicians from each place? If so, I think that'd be pretty funny. But I digress. And each location really brought up a cool feel, and even some tied into the background and story of certain characters. Plus, they offered the opportunity for a lot of funny new jokes, and well, when the jokes hit, they really hit, so at least it hasn't lost that aspect. Overall, I really liked this season, and it definitely has me looking forward to what's next, because how could they leave us on a cliffhanger like that? And everyone who told me this season was really good, you were correct. It was so good that it actually bumps the entire score for the show up, because I was contemplating giving it a higher score before, but eventually decided against it, but this season has convinced me. So Scissor 7 Season 3 gets an 8 out of 10. Along with bringing up the entire show to an 8 as well. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, sorry for the banging in this video. My neighbor's doing something with a hammer, or I have no idea. He's just banging, so sorry about that if you all heard that. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome, too awesome. Thanks for watching.